You just recently got named SCAC Player of the Week, SCAC
Yes,
Player
sir.
of the Week. Okay, what'd you do? Did you score a goal?
I did score a goal. I scored my first goal collegiately this
Really?
year. And yeah, it was a big step for me, that's for sure.
Okay, describe the play.
Okay, so their center back, I'm standing just behind on our side, behind the midfield line. And their center back goes to play a ball over my head. She completely mishits it.
Yeah.
And I intercept the ball, and I dribble to about just past the center circle.
Yeah.
And I look up, and I'm like, the goalie's standing at the PK spot. I know I got a leg.
Yeah.
I was like, why not?
Yeah.
And so I just like, let it fly. And all of a sudden I see the keeper running backwards. And I was like, if it goes in, it goes in.
Yeah.
And it went in. So.
Yeah. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to TED Talk here at Schreiner University. My name is Ted Davis, hence TED Talk. And every week we talk to someone that we want to introduce you to here on campus. And today it is a senior soccer player, Natalee Talley.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Natalee is here from San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you're a senior now.
I am a senior.
Okay. Are you graduating in December or
Yes, sir.
spring?
No, December.
Okay, so
Not too far.
Oh my gosh, in 2 months you're going to be in the real world.
You're telling me. It's kind of scary.
So what's your major here?
I'm an exercise science pre-professional ranger.
Okay, and what do you want to do?
I want to be a physical therapist. So that's
What does
the
that
next step.
entail?
So my next step will be grad school, which will be a doctorate in physical therapy, which
Okay.
I am currently applying for. And when I get in, let's say it that way, when I get in, I'll go to school for about 3 years and get my certification. So
Now work in a clinic or work with a sports program, or what do you have in mind?
no preference, honestly, whatever it takes me. But ideally, I want to be in a clinic setting. I like to get to know people. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
So I want to get to know a person and have a relationship with them, make sure I'm doing the best they can do and the best for them and me.
So you want to take away their aches and pains?
I guess that one way to put it. I've been told it's been different things. That's not the way the patients describe it to me. They call
Okay.
it torture. So
Because you flex them and
move them and make them use the muscles they're not used to using. And
Now, is a lot of this post-operative kind of stuff?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's all my stuff is. I do a little, like my field will do a little bit in pre-op, but mostly it's post-op. So
I'm amazed. My sister-in-law just recently had a hip replacement,
yes, sir.
and they had her up and walking the same day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's amazing now.
It's crazy. Like the advances in our field is unreal about getting up and walking, like especially with like hips and knees, like especially those ones that like bear all our weight. Like they're like, oh yeah, done within an hour of surgery. You're up walking. Like nothing happened.
See, that's good to hear. We were talking before we did this, and I have a left knee that has rebelled against me. And I probably at some point in my life will have to have it replaced. So I'll be up and walking that day, huh?
Yep,
Now, are you if someone like you going to be flexing my knee and killing me with pain or anything?
probably.
Yeah, I've in professional sports, I've seen a lot of injuries,
Yes, sir.
and I've seen a lot of guys go through rehab,
Mm-hmm.
which is not the fun part, and patients can be crabby. So, are you ready for that?
I am. I've been told I'm the nice one to look at. So
Yeah.
I mean, I just make it as positive, as good as I can, make it
Yeah.
as positive experience. Like obviously, like everyone sees it a different way, but I do my best, and that's all I can do. So
Talking to a Natalee Talley, senior soccer player here at Schreiner. So, have you had any hands-on experience at doing this?
Yes, sir.
So, what have you done?
I have done inpatient, outpatient. I've worked with kids. The main one I've done is a sports setting.
Okay.
And so that one's been a bunch of like high school age kids to people probably in their 40s, and a lot of knees, lots of knees is the main one. So
Yeah. Well, you came here 4 years ago as a young girl out of Madison High School.
yes, sir.
How much have you grown, you think?
I think I've grown a lot, every aspect, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, on the field, off the field, matured.
Yeah. Well, what would you tell yourself now that you want, go back to when you were a freshman? Now you're a senior. Tell freshman self something that you would?
It's worth it.
It's worth
the time.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through a lot of struggles, both mentally and physically.
Yeah.
But like it all works out in the end. It's okay.
So when you were a freshman, was it tough leaving home?
Not really. I was kind of ready to go home or like leave home.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely a weird experience with COVID, and I came in that first freshman class.
So did you have to do it virtually then?
No, we did it where like you like lived by yourself and like you had a whole dorm to yourself.
Okay.
Like you had to wear masks everywhere. Practice was like we had 3 groups that went to practice.
Yeah.
Like it was.
You had a whole dorm to yourself?
Yeah, like I lived in Faulkner, and
Yeah.
I had like the whole suite to myself. Like I shared the
Okay.
bathroom with another girl, but
So freshmen
that was
normally have to share. You didn't have to share a space.
Nope.
Well, that's actually kind of cool.
it was
isn't
nice. It was real nice.
Okay, now the next year, did you have a roommate?
I did have a roommate the next
Okay.
year.
Well, part of the adjustment to college is you're thrown in with somebody you don't know.
I got lucky. I will say that. You don't know, not typically, like most people don't, but I knew the people I lived with. Like,
Okay.
And I went to high school. Well, I went to high school with one, and then I went to rival schools with another. And so I've like known them forever.
So you got along.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I got
because
along.
that could be tough. I mean, if you like to go to bed early and they like to stay up late, or they play music that you don't like, that's an adjustment.
Oh, yeah. It was like that is, and I mean, I'm the one that just kind of goes, "Hey, can you like turn that off? Like
Yeah.
that's bothering me. Like I'm not afraid to tell you."
Yeah, good conflict
Oh, yeah.
resolution.
Oh, I'm just straight up about it. That's for sure.
Yeah. What is your favorite memory of being here outside of athletics?
Playing intramural volleyball was
Really?
probably my favorite one. That it was to laugh, but
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was funny. Like it's a sport I'm not used to. I've never. I mean, I get told I'm a volleyball player all the time, but
Yeah,
it was
you're
just
tall.
It was different. It was fun. It was just like it was being athletic, but
Yeah.
doing something that I'm not used to. So
Well, I've done over 3,000 NBA basketball games. I've now done, I think, 6 volleyball games, and I'm still learning.
oh yeah,
I think what I'm really good at is getting the score right now. That is,
that one could be hard to get wrong.
so I'm still working on that. Now, you just recently got named SCAC Player of the Week, SCAC
Yes,
Player
sir.
of the Week. Okay, what'd you do? Did you score a goal?
I did score a goal. I scored my first goal collegiately this
Really?
year, and yeah, it was a big step for me. That's for sure.
Okay, describe the play.
Okay, so their center back. I'm standing just behind on our side, behind the midfield line, and their center back goes to play a ball over my head. She completely mishits it,
Yeah.
and I intercept the ball, and I dribble to about just past the center circle,
Yeah.
and I look up, and I'm like, the goalie's standing at the PK spot. I know I got a leg.
Yeah.
I was like, why not?
Yeah.
And so I just like let it fly, and all of a sudden I see the keeper running backwards, and I was like, if it goes in,
Yeah.
it goes in,
Yeah.
and it went in. So
Yeah. All right. So there was no header involved, but it was,
No.
well, way to go. And what Matt Comuzzie's over here. What does she get for a Player of the Week? Certificate? Okay, you get a certificate.
I do get. That's what I get. I mean, that's what he said. So.
Okay, well, put it in your game room.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be framed, just like right there, front and center.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you always drawn to soccer?
Yes, sir. I played it since I was 4, so I never knew really anything else.
And you ran track.
I ran track a little bit.
Didn't want to run track here?
I get bored running in circles.
Well, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. What attracted you to Schreiner? I think mainly one thing it might have been you wanted to get away from home. It didn't want to be too far away from home.
That was one of them. It was like
Yeah.
mom and dad had to call me if they wanted to come up here, but like I could drive home on the weekends.
Yeah.
The main thing was like on campus, there's grass.
Yeah.
I guess this is the best way. Like I just fell in love with campus first.
Yeah.
And seeing the deer, the grass, the flowers, I just could like see myself coming here. It was just like it wasn't a concrete jungle.
Yeah.
It just looked fun. Like it looked good. So
No, I've said if I was a deer that had a brain, if I had a thought process, I would never leave this campus.
I wouldn't either.
Hey, there's nobody going to hunt you,
No.
so you don't have to worry about hunting season. And
Security feeds them.
I know, and security feeds them, and you got all the shade you need.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and as long as you don't try to cross the big street out there, you're fine. I mean, the speed limit's 15 miles an hour on campus. You
Exactly.
can't get hit. If I were a deer, I'd never leave here.
I wouldn't either.
I know. What's your favorite hangout in Kerrville?
That's a good one. Probably this building, the MFC. I'm in here all the time.
Oh, okay.
As weird as that sounds, this is where I live. I have class. I work out in the gym. I mean, I'm constantly in here.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my favorite place to hang out.
I'm in there every day too. Now, as a senior, you're not living in the dorm now, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm living the Oaks.
Okay. When you get to the Oaks, is that like that? You're like the creme de la creme. You're like the top of the food.
I think so.
You're the top of the food chain at that point, aren't you?
Exactly. Pretty much. I like it. It's just like I like having my own space. Like I still live with people, but like I got my own little room and I can go lock myself in there if I need to.
Is it like you have like 4 rooms in one?
So
apartment?
it's like 2 on one side, 2 over here, and then like you have your own room, but like the sinks to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It like connects the
They're
2
connected.
rooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I got my own little room, but I got a girl like living right next to me.
And then a common area where you can go out and watch TV.
Then you got the kitchen, living room. It's nice. It's homey.
Yeah. What's your favorite food here?
Food. The chicken tender sandwich. That's my go-to.
At what?
At the on campus or off campus?
Well, both.
Okay, on campus it's chicken tender sandwich in the den.
Okay.
Off campus, that's a good one. Qdoba has been a good one right now.
Yeah.
It's like Chipotle, but not Chipotle.
Yeah, I want a Chipotle here.
I mean, like that's a good second. Like not it.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. So it's been worth it here.
It has been worth it.
Yeah, and you'll have good memories.
Oh, definitely.
Have you met some friends? I'm sure that you'll know.
Yes.
Your teammates or
teammates. I met. Surprisingly, I have more friends. Not I have more friends, but I have more friends that I would think off the team too. And I was like, that kind of like that surprised me. But I was like, wow, I actually like know a bunch of people, and then it's not just my teammates. But
what was your favorite course?
Favorite course? That's a good one. It has to be Dr. Shaw's motor learning course or his applied anatomy. Anything that Dr. Shaw teaches was probably my favorite course.
So what does he do that engages you?
For my applied anatomy course, he laid on the floor.
Okay.
The first day of class.
Yeah.
And told us to get him off the floor. And I don't know, like if you've met Dr. Shaw, but Dr. Shaw, he's definitely he's a little older.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was definitely a shock when he was just like, out on the floor, get me off the floor, kind of thing.
So you had to help him up.
Like we had to tell him which part of his body to move to get off the floor and like how to like move it properly. So like terminology and all like that. And he's like, you don't say it like that.
Yeah. So where do you want to end up? I mean, I know you've applied at grad school back. You said back in San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir. My ideal for PT school would be the Health Science Center in San Antonio.
Yeah. How many years do you have to put in for that?
3.
3 years.
3 more years.
That's almost like going to med school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as. I don't think the tuition's as bad, but.
Yeah. So your parents are going to be proud in a couple of months, aren't they?
Yep. I hope so.
Yeah. Do you have sisters?
I do. I have a younger sister.
Okay. Any brothers?
No.
Okay. So you're the oldest child?
I am the oldest.
Okay. So you're going to be the first to graduate from college. Mm-hmm. Oh man, tears all over the place on that day.
Oh yeah, I'm the last one to play. Like my sister doesn't play sports, so I know my dad is gonna. We have senior weekend is this weekend, or senior night is Sunday, so I know my dad's gonna be like, "Dang, we're done."
Okay. Well, look, it was good to meet you.
It was nice talking to you,
and I appreciate you doing this. And good luck in whatever you. Here's one thing I want you to know, and I've learned this in life. Every year is going to get better. It doesn't seem that way sometimes. But I think you know that every year is going to get better, and I've seen a lot more years than you. And this is the thing I wish I'd have known when I was about 30, and I'm way beyond 30 now, that most of the stuff we worry about never happens. So don't worry.
Okay, good to know.
There you go. Sage advice from Uncle Ted. Natalee Talley of the Schreiner soccer team has been here. That's TED Talk. Thank you, Natalee.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next time at Schreiner University.